What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time to share some quick thoughts on the debut album from the R&B and pop flavored singer Tori Kelly. It's titled Unbreakable Smile. You might be wondering who Tori Kelly is because she hasn't totally infiltrated the mainstream yet, but she's kind of working her way in there with that hit Nobody Love. I think it's hanging in the mid-50s in the Billboard Hot 100 right now, and it's a song that I actually have grown to like, but we'll discuss that more in a minute. Tori is known for her towering voice, really just flavored with hints of R&B, soft pop and rock and that sort of thing. She plays the acoustic guitar very skillfully. She did a Thinking About You cover by Frank Ocean that garnered over 20 million views, which is insane. Definitely one of my favorite cover songs of all time. I kind of kept up with her off and on throughout the past couple of years. I heard that cover when it came out back in 2012, and finally now, here in 2015, we get a single and a debut record, Unbreakable Smile. Things open up nicely and in typical Tori Kelly fashion with the opening track, Where I Belong, a short little tune clocking in at not even a minute and a half, and it really just showcases exactly kind of what Tori is all about. She's finding her place in music and that sort of thing. She's sticking to her guns, and that's seen even more on the title track, Unbreakable Smile, a nice little electro-pop, little R&B flavor tune that reminds me of something, I don't know, something out of the 90s. I'm getting that flavor from something like Ariana Grande, Mariah Carey in terms of her voice, but at the same time, I hate to just draw comparisons because she does really stand out on her own whenever she's really just pushing what she wants to do. A lot of these songs seem to play it very, very safe. I mean, you look at the titles of some of these tracks and you see exactly what this album's theme is, and maybe that's because that's what she was dealing with at the time of writing this record, and that's understandable, but I can't help but feel like some of these lyrics are just totally rehashed and just almost uninteresting, mainly because I don't either relate to them or else I've heard them too many times to care. The moments that stand out to me the most aren't the ones that are Max Martin produced and just have these really grimy and in-your-face beats. It's the ones that focus and highlight Tori Kelly's voice that is so smooth and at the same time commanding, and it's something that you want to have your ear on. You don't want to have it buried under layers of synthesizers or maybe the acoustic guitar, or else something else is turned up a little bit too loud. However, it's not set in stone that a song is just going to succeed based on the merits that, oh, we got Tori Kelly's voice and we got an acoustic guitar. It's not that by any means, because I find tracks like I Was Made for Loving You, while yes, kind of elegant, features Ed Sheeran on the track. I like his voice. His album X was definitely something that I enjoyed the majority of those tracks, but I don't know, I can't really muster up too many feelings towards this one. The track Talk as well is one that I see as just being a little bit too choppy vocally and doesn't really have a nice pace or flow about it. It never really finds its feet. First Heartbreak relies on some really tried and true lyrics, but at the same time, sometimes that's a good thing, and I'll be like, alright, they're playing off of this formula that worked for other artists, they're taking this idea, owning it, and just really selling it as something new, and I just don't see that being the case for First Heartbreak and unfortunately a few of the other tracks that fall near the end of this record, like Art of Letting You Go. I do see tracks like California Lovers featuring LL Cool J, and then the track that has another guest feature, Die Jack. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, I still don't know how to pronounce this name. Expensive, and that's one that just has kind of a nice pop and airy and blissful feel even to it, and it's something that's saying like, hey, I don't really care about these expensive materials, owning a bunch of different things. Other stuff finds happiness. And then the track California Lovers is one that just kind of settles in this nice routine of trying to find love in something more than just what meets the eye, at least I would say. Tori Kelly is pretty outspoken about her religious beliefs. She's a Christian just like myself, and I see that trickling into some of her songs. She talks about not drinking, not smoking, finding other ways to have good times, and I think that's a very good thing. We need something that's a little bit more influential in a good way, I would say. So many producers, collaborators, outside co-writers and that sort of thing would probably kind of push for something that could find its way into the club, be your summer anthem and that sort of thing. And not to say that any of these tracks can't, it's just that they have a more positive inflection, and I think that's something that a lot of young listeners could use for a change. Nobody Love was the lead single from this record, and like I was saying, it's one of those tracks that's fun and it's finding its way into the mainstream popularity. It's a track that does rely on some very heavy and thickly layered instrumentation, production. Max Martin has his hands all over this one, and she said it took days for them to get things right because he's a perfectionist. And I like what he did with Taylor Swift's latest record, 1989, some of the production he did for Ariana Grande, so it's only fitting that I see him working with Tori Kelly and actually pulling it off. I'm enjoying a couple of the other slower paced songs on this one. Should Have Been Us seems very vulnerable and really showcases Kelly's voice, and the track Funny, which is a live recording, supposedly at least that's what it says on the album's track listing. It does seem very raw and intimate, and it's something that I'm really digging. I'm really coming around on the track Anyway that closes out the standard edition of this record. It's something that I see as being very cliched in some ways in terms of its lyrical content, the message of the song, like, hey, if I do this or if I do that, would you love me anyways? And that kind of annoyed me at first, but hearing it more now, I just really like what she's doing with her voice on this track. She can really hit some of the high notes. She's kind of all over the place here. It's a little bit longer of a track. It's not your standard 3-minute pop song. So I think it's something, along with really a lot of the moments on this record, that I do appreciate in terms of her talent. It's just that the production and some of the safe songwriting just weighs this thing down a little bit. Unbreakable Smile is an album. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be coming back to it, but like I said, I can respect her for what she's doing here. Unbreakable Smile by Tori Kelly, the debut album, gets a 3. Sorry about the tank top in the video. It's hot. It's summer. You can't blame me too much. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you thought about Unbreakable Smile by Tori Kelly in the comments section down below. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. That's right down there as well, because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed, and I'm watching you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. If there's anything else you would like to see me cover, let me know about it down below. You can check out the last video that I did or the vlog channel just by clicking those links that are floating right there or checking the links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon right here on ARTV.